All right, tis the season. Tis the season to start to set new targets for your next year. I'm shooting this video at the end of the year. We're going into the new part of the year. A lot of people make New Year's resolutions, set new goals, set new targets for the next year. So I want to give you a couple of tips to hopefully reframe that and think about that a little bit differently, which will get you better results. And the bottom line is, whether you want to call them goals, targets, New Year's resolutions, the bottom line is, let me help you get what you desire. If that's releasing some weight, if it's making more money, if it's improving your relationships, changing something about your health, whatever it is for you to create the habits to produce that result. Because the bottom line is that we are the result of the things that we do daily, repeatedly. So one tip I'll tell you for here in the beginning is that we typically, in our brains, we usually overestimate what we can do in the short term, and we underestimate what we can do in the long term. So the short term being maybe 30 days or 60 days, the long term being 12 months or 2 years or 5 years. So one thing to think about is next year, maybe breaking your year down into quarters. And let's just focus on health, for example, and you can choose what you want. But let's say the first quarter of the year, you just focus on fitness. Maybe you want to release some weight, you want to get in a little better shape. Just focus on developing the habit of fitness. Don't worry about results. Don't worry about trying to lose weight, or if you look better, just focus on developing the habit of fitness. Because once you have the habit down, then you can really dial in the results that you want to have. So for example, the first 30 days, if all you did was commit to doing every single day, working out for a minute or 2 minutes, it doesn't take much. You just want to get the habit going. Now, is that going to produce amazing results in the beginning? It might, but probably not. But it doesn't matter. The goal is just to develop the habit. And once you develop the habit, then you can start to dial it up. Imagine if you just focus on that one habit with your health the next 90 days of the first quarter of the year. Then maybe the second quarter, you focus on one aspect of nutrition. Maybe it's decreasing your bad fats. You don't worry about anything else. Again, don't worry about losing weight or your health, overall for your health. But just picking one area, like sugar, like bad fats, and just focusing on that thing. Or you could even just pick one thing for the entire year. Because what happens, usually we focus on one thing, and then we get distracted, and we quit, and then we pick up another thing. But if you just focus on one thing and really develop the habit of that, it's going to become automatic. So once your fitness becomes automatic, okay, now we can go to the next area. Because I don't have to worry about fitness anymore. It's an automatic habit. This will actually happen in your brain. The other thing I'll tell you just with goals, I just heard this the other day, and I thought it was a great thing, is pick your most important thing that you want to achieve in your life. So first, figure that out. And figure out that one big thing, then break it down. Okay, what he called his MINS, M-I-N-S, most important next step. And he says, I believe no matter how big the goal is, they can all be broken down into 5-minute increments, just a bunch of 5-minute increments that are going to build up eventually to this goal. So for example, what's my most important thing, most important next step today, and break it down into 5 minutes. What can I do in 5 minutes? Again, it might be starting to work out. It might be researching how to work out. I don't know what it is for you. But figure out that most important next step and then do it right away today, okay? And as soon as you get done doing it, okay, figure out my next one. If you can do that next one today as well, great. But then focus on it for the next day. You want to get that momentum going. So I hope that helps. Just think about that. Think long-term, number one. Don't worry about results in the beginning. Focus on the habits, the systems, and the results will come.